Hi everyone, this is Sailesh, editor of AsianCultureVulture.com. Welcome to our London Film Festival Roundup, the 63rd BFI London Film Festival. I'm with Momtaz. Momtaz, hi.
Hey Sailesh.
So what were the festival highlights for you this year?
Well, I've seen some fantastic films that I can't wait to go mainstream and go on the big screen. There were so many films here that obviously at a festival only so many people can watch. But there are some real nuggets that when they hit the wider release, I think there's some things to get really excited about. So I'm just looking forward to seeing those come out and then sort of tell everyone how great they are.
So what would be your favourite if you have to pick one?
So there's two films that I've actually given 5 out of 5 for, and I know that's like the ultimate score, but there's two films that just I thought were flawless. So The Last Black Man in San Francisco, I think scene by scene, I was just engaged throughout.
I'm the last one left. I'm with you, bro.
It's a fantastic story about friendship, a male friendship, something that we don't see very often. And it's just so perfectly told and just you really get inside their lives, and it's just wonderful to watch. The other film I love is also about male friendship, and it was The Peanut Butter Falcon.
There's sheep in this world, and there are wolves in this world.
And so this film is actually about a boy who has Down syndrome, and it's the first time that's ever happened that we've seen a leading character in a film who has this disability. So it touches on being a first, but that's not where the film ends. It's just such a brilliantly made film. One of the things that I've just been thinking about actually was that both of those films are based on true stories, and they're both based on the true stories of the actors who play the roles. And so in The Last Black Man in San Francisco, the actor Jimmy Falls is also the character, and it's based loosely on his life. And in The Peanut Butter Falcon, some of the stories are actually inspired by Zach. Zach really loves wrestling, and so they've built that into the story. And it just made me think fiction isn't always the best way to make a film. Actually, reality and sort of biopics, when you start to do that, it just adds another level to the film when the people involved are part of it, and you can just see that.
Yeah, I think that can work, but as a writer myself, I'm always going to speak up for the imagination and creation from nothing, the blank page, and writing a story with characters in your head and just going for it, because you can do almost anything with the technical limitations.
Having said that, I know that your favourite film of the festival, one of them, is The Sky is Pink, and that's actually based on a true story as well.
It is, yes. It's funny you should pick that. I've had some time to reflect on the story, on the film, since seeing it in Toronto and then interviewing Shonali Bose here in the London Film Festival. And it's really interesting what she says in the interview. Our whole approach to death is kind of wrong, wrong-sided, that we should celebrate the person's life and we should be joyous and happy, maybe going a little bit far when you're coming from a very different place. But that sense of celebration and wanting to mark somebody's life and feeling that they've done what they can, or that their lives have been rich and full in whatever way, however short it was, that we should mark that and not be completely grief-stricken, and look at the positives of that person's life and the contribution. And if you see the film, Aisha Chowdhury's personality really comes through. Zara Wassim's fantastic in it. And she really, the narration, I like the narration. Some people think it's a bit too cute, but I think she really adds something. She's still very much a kind of young adult, and she really gives that film a little bit more weight. And I like the kind of, when a voiceover works, it really engages you and keeps you interested in the film, I think, and that's what she does.
It's quite rare to have two big Bollywood stars in a festival film, so Farhan and Priyanka. I've not seen the film. I missed it at the festival, but I'm actually going to be watching it because it's on release now. And the great thing is that The Sky is Pink, the Peanut Butter Falcon and The Last Black Man in San Francisco all have October releases, so we can actually all go to the cinema and watch them. But I'm slightly weary about those two in the film together. So what was it like to have them? Because they are playing, I mean, they're big stars for a smaller film.
Yeah, I think it really worked. There's good chemistry. You really feel that they're a couple, and this story is really about their love affair. Two people who fell in love when they were young and faced many, many challenges and have overcome them. It's very rare for people to have that, encounter that kind of tragedy and stay together. So that, again, is another powerful theme in the film. And Farhan and Priyanka, I think it's one of Priyanka's best performances, definitely. Farhan's always good value. I haven't really found a film where he hasn't really lived up to expectations.
That is true. One of the things I think is really interesting is obviously you interviewed Sonali Bose, and there's been some really brilliant Asian female directors. We had Rebecca Shah for her brilliant documentary White Riot.
Yes.
We've had Begum-Hossain for Made in Bangladesh, Gitanjali Rai for Bombay Rose. That was a bit unexpected, but brilliant to see.
No, it's very encouraging to see all these women filmmakers come together, bring their films to this festival, and for the London Film Festival to look again. I mean, the director is a woman, Tresha Tutel, so I think it's great that we've got these women filmmakers from, not just from South Asia or from Britain, as Rebecca Shah is, but from around the world, really.
Well, apparently 40% of this year's programme is by female directors, which I'm assuming is the most there's ever been, so it's pretty good, not too far to meet the 50-50.
Well, that'd be great, 50-50, and, in time to come, I'm sure women will be the majority filmmakers.
Superb. Well, it is the 63rd, plenty more to come, but lots of content on the site.
Oh yes, there's we've done some interviews with London Film Festival looking at the South Asian filmmakers, and also further back you will see some stuff from Toronto, which also some of those films will be coming to the UK and worldwide very shortly.
And of course all the reviews as well.
So stay tuned.